My father told me, see, don't contend with your brothers. Go far. So I went out of that vicinity for a long time. It was when I was 40 years that I came back. Now, I did not contend with them for land or for anything. Today, I have real estate, I have land, acres and acres of land. I hardly buy 50 by 100, 50 feet by 100. I have acres of land. It is only an unprogressive elder brother that fights for land with his younger brothers. Leave them. Go and buy other places. I say you cannot. I say why? I say because I'm Dr. Apoki. I'm your friend Dr. Charles Apoki. I remain your friend Dr. Charles Apoki. I'm your friend Dr. Charles Apoki. I want to talk about the grace of Abraham versus the grace of Jacob. I'll take my bearing from Genesis chapter 47, from verse 7. And Joseph brought in Jacob his father, and set him before Pharaoh, and Jacob blessed Pharaoh. And Pharaoh said unto Jacob, How old art thou? And Jacob said unto Pharaoh, The days of the years of my pilgrimage are 130 years. Few and evil have the days of the years of my life been, and have not attained unto the years, or unto the days of the years of the life of my fathers, in the days of their pilgrimage. Verse 10, and Jacob blessed Pharaoh and went out from before him. Remember that Abraham was not a man of contention. He was not a man of contention. When the headsmen of Abraham had skirmishes with the headsmen of Lot, Abraham was an uncle to Lot. Abraham said, Let us not quarrel, for we are brethren. If you go to the right, I will go to the left. And behold, Lot saw the land of Sodom and Gomorrah, that the plains were green and good for grazing animals. And he chose the land of Sodom. Abraham took the less appealing part of it. Abraham was older than Lot. In fact, he was a contemporary of Lot's father. But Lot had the audacity, the greed to choose before his father's brother. And eventually, Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. Lot ran for safety from that place. Lot eventually lost his wife. Lot eventually was raped by his daughters, and produced Ammon and Moab, two tribes that gave problems to the nation of Israel. Abraham was not a contentious person. Now, Jacob was a contentious person right from the womb. He fought his brother. He struggled to want to come out first. He took his brother's birthright, connived with the mother to take the brother's blessing. But now he was standing before Pharaoh. Remember, Jacob had contended with Laban. He was cheated for his first wife, labored another 7 years, and I suspect he labored up to 20 years. And he confessed that his wages were changed from time to time, and he labored under the sun the heat of the sun and the cold of the night before he eventually left left where Laban was, went back. He prospered, granted. Now he blessed Pharaoh. He was blessing a king, blessed him twice and left his presence. Then he confessed. Remember, his wife stole idols, and Jacob had children that had problems, created problems for him. He had famine. Now listen. On the reverse side, Abraham died peacefully. But Jacob was now saying that he has not even lived as long as his forefathers, but that his life has been of pain and struggle. Which life will you want? Would you like to live the life of Abraham, the blessing of Abraham? Abraham's blessings are mine. Or would you want to live the life of Jacob? Now, each of them has his own grace. I am the oldest grandchild of Apoki, the oldest male grandchild, male descendant. I'm the head of the family. And we had a lot of properties, real estate land. I did not contend with my brother's children, my cousin's children. They've been selling, they sold, small, young people, far younger than I am. They named only one small street after Apoki in Otokutu. They sold, they shared only one piece of land, 100 by 100 feet to me. I had to buy another one. They gave me a portion in the compound to build. I'm the only one surviving child there. I'm the only surviving child from Johnson, Apoki. I built there when cement was 15 naira a bag. And I want to knock down that house and build another one. My father told me, he said, don't contend with your brothers. Go far. So I went out of that vicinity for a long time. It was when I was 40 years that I came back. Now, I did not contend with them for land or for anything. Today, I have real estate, I have land, acres and acres of land. I hardly buy 50 by 100, 50 feet by 100. I have acres of land. It is only an unprogressive elder brother that fights for land with his younger brothers. Leave them. Go and buy other places. My wife knows that I don't contend for anything with her. If she does not allow me, I leave her. I don't fight for anything with my wife. We have 2 big schools. I don't contend for anything with her. Money, relevance, office, importance, administration. No. Despite that, I am doing very well. In fact, she still asks me for money and I still give to her. Instead of me to quarrel with my wife, have strife, I will leave that thing for her and move on. I've told my children and my wife that if they wake up one day and they say that I am not their father, I am not their husband, boy, as long as I can take my certificates and leave that house, I will be 10 times richer than who I am now. In fact, I will do Thanksgiving service for my family, for myself, that I was rejected by my wife and my children. That's how it is about me. And that's why you saw that video, the way I want to be buried. I don't contend for anything. What most people see as very important, they don't mean much to me. So I always let go and move on. That's the way it is. One day I read that they did DNA analysis for the children in a man's house, and the 4 children were found not to be his children. And I was just thinking, I was imagining, trying to conjure the pain that the man would have felt if I would have felt such pain, that I found out that my 4 children are not my biological children. I could not feel any pain, really. And I mean it. I could not feel any pain. Maybe I'm a masochist. I could not feel any pain. Masochists, they enjoy pain. I could not feel any pain. This life, I only value this life because of who is listening to me and because of what I do. If not, this life, there's not much to it. It is only what I'm using this life to do, who I'm using this life to influence, that matters to me. But see, this life for my own self, I've had a good life. There's hardly anything that I contend for. My greatest need is peace of mind. Most of the things you will fight for, you will struggle for, at a later date, there's not much to it. Learn to let go so that you can go forward. I've had a good life, and I will still live very long. I like the Abrahamic grace more than the Jacobic grace. The grace of Jacob is filled with contention, pain, strife. Live peacefully with all men as much as possible. I remain your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki. Don't contend with your pastor. Don't contend. They use my building. I started that church. They use my building as a branch church of the Church of God Mission. I started it. I don't contend with my pastors. I don't sit in the altar with them. I act as any ordinary person there. It's when they give me opportunity to preach that I preach. Stop church fights, church politics. It is only then you can grow beyond your denomination. If you don't fight in your denomination, then the nations will celebrate you. If you fight in your congregation, you can't meet the needs of your generation. So avoid congregational and denominational fights and look for generational relevance. I'm here paid for, enjoying my life. What am I going to fight in a branch church for? I remain your friend Jerry, Dr. Charles Apoki. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Dr. Charles Apoki. Join my mentorship group by sending a message to +2 347052136763. And then also I have properties for sale. You see, I just received an alert for airtime. I didn't have airtime since I was calm. Abraham gave me 3,000 naira data. I just received an alert for airtime. That's the way my life has been. I don't fight, I don't struggle. Learn to live that life. God bless you. Bless you real good. Bless you real good. Thank you. God bless you.